Hey everyone, this is Michael, and today's December 27th, 2025, and I just grabbed this beautiful brother by the name of John out in ISI, where we meet here at Discovery Point, and asked him if he'd do a video. First time meeting John, right John?
Right.
John, please introduce yourself. Say your name, please.
I'm John Santero.
Please spell your last name for me.
Santero.
Thank you, brother. And how old are you, John?
I am 64.
64. Yeah, you got a year or so on Michael and I. I also have my friend Michael Smith sitting right behind me, hanging out. He's visiting here in Arizona for the weekend, so I'm stoked about that. John, are you married?
I am married 40 years this September.
You just said 40 years?
40, yes.
Wow, that's amazing, brother. That's incredible. Where'd you meet your wife?
She was in high school working at a Der Wiener Schnitzel.
Okay.
I was working across the street, just graduated out of high school at a Arco AM/PM thing, and I went over there to get some hot dogs, and there this beautiful little blonde was working there, and I went, wow, who's that? So
I'll take every dog on the menu.
So I was going there for lunch every day.
Oh my goodness.
We started dating, and yeah, we dated for like almost 5 years, and then popped the question. So
wow, that's great, John. That's awesome. How about children?
Got 3 kids, 3 beautiful, healthy kids. I got 2 daughters, 34, 31.
Yes.
And I have a son that's 22.
Yeah.
It was the surprise of our lifetime there. That's a whole nother story. It
Okay.
was a miracle. And our 2 daughters our oldest one lives in Paso Robles. The other one lives in Pismo Beach.
Okay.
Who has made us grandparents. We have 2 grandsons.
Nice.
3 and 6 months. And then our son, 22, he moved out here with us just recently.
Okay. I want to know more about him. The Lord wants me to ask you more about him.
Well, Luke is a good young man. He's 22.
You said Luke?
Luke.
Okay.
He is pursuing a career in the fire service since he grew up in the fire station. So I encouraged him to come out with us instead of work in LA like I did. And so he has been doing ride-alongs with Surprise Fire and doing some other things. He got his EMT out here, and so we're hoping he gets a fire department job out here with one of the fire departments.
Yeah. So you were a fireman. How many years?
35 years with LA County Fire.
And how long have you been retired?
4 years now, I think.
4 years.
Yeah.
Wow. So you retired at 60?
Actually, I've been retired, I think I retired at 59, so maybe it's been 5 years.
Wow, that's incredible, brother.
Yeah.
I just want to ask my buddy Michael, who's by me right here. Michael, are you retired?
Not even close.
Not even close. Am I retired? What is even retirement? What is that?
You live like you are.
Yeah, I live like I am though.
Yeah.
Hey, so what brings you out to Arizona?
Well, like I said, my wife wanted to, we both wanted to get kind of something new out of California.
Yep.
California's just been crazy, and LA County even worse. And so a lot of people, we thought, let's do something different, but we didn't want to move too far from the girls. So my wife said, Texas is out and Idaho is out.
Yeah.
So let's go look around Arizona, and we did. We came out here and drove around, looked at different communities, and actually found what we thought was a great place. It was a great place in Surprise, and I was telling you the story earlier how we had moved in and we weren't there but a few months, and then my wife said we got to move one more time. Literally hadn't finished unpacking. And then we found a house in Trilogy, which we like. We are settled in there almost, and so that's home.
Nice. Well, tell me about your relationship with Jesus. Do you have a relationship with the Lord?
Yes, I have been a Christian for, over 40 years.
Wow, that long?
Yeah, I was.
Holy smokes.
Probably did the thing where we used to, back in the late 70s, we would go to this place called Calvary Chapel, Costa Mesa with a guy named Chuck Smith. We used to drive there on Saturdays. So Chuck wasn't there preaching much, but Saturday he had some of his young guys, which you might have maybe heard their name, Raul Reese.
Of course.
And of course the Harley boy himself, Greg Laurie, thank you. And these guys were young in their 20s, surfer boys, and they were doing the message, and then they had, rock bands, Christian rock bands like Resurrection Band. Keith Green was there one time, just people old school. So anyway, I actually, after going up on the altar call like 3 or 4 times, and there was
Mhm.
never any difference. I'd go back
Yeah.
and do my own thing, and
Yeah.
it was like a lot of high school kids. I was on the football team, baseball team,
Yeah.
and so I was doing my own thing. And it was probably 3 or 4 of those altar calls when all of a sudden I realized, I think God called me and said, look, you've been the seed that, was planted on the rock. You got excited, whatever, but
Yeah.
there was no root.
Yes.
And so I remember on one of those concerts, driving home, being in the back of my buddy's station wagon, because we'd all pile up in his mom's station wagon and drive there from Lancaster, where we lived.
Yes.
And that time it was different. I gave my heart to God.
Nice.
And I was probably 20.
Yeah.
And since then, been walking with God. And then I got married when I was 24.
Yes.
My wife was 20.
Yes.
We were young, but yeah.
And
it's
here
been
you are
wonderful.
today.
Here am I today.
Praise the good Lord, right?
Oh yeah.
What's your
Constantly.
favorite Bible verse?
John 14:6, probably. I have a lot of them.
Well, share it with the viewer, please.
So John, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Yeah.
No one come to the Father but by me.
Yeah.
Which I love that. Even more than John 3:16, because I think God just really spells it out that Jesus is the only way.
That's
better
right.
there than any other place in the
What
Bible.
about John 15:5?
John 15?
Jesus says, "I'm the vine."
Oh yeah, I'm the vine, you're the
yeah.
branch. That
That's
whole
right.
chapter's
Yeah,
amazing.
it
So-
is. I love the book of John. How can you go wrong with that?
No, I'm reading John right now.
Yeah.
At my morning time. So it's a good, and it's funny because you say what's my favorite Bible verse.
Yeah.
Sometimes it goes in seasons. Something
Yes.
will resonate with me, and then that's mine. For
Yes.
many years, Galatians 2:20,
Yeah.
which I think is the ultimate. And so yeah, they're all good, right?
Nice.
There's not a bad Bible verse.
What about ministry? What do you do for ministry?
Well, we have always been involved in church in one way
Okay.
or another.
Okay.
I used to help with the youth, and then graduated and was involved in the college group at our church. We went
Mhm.
to a vineyard in Lancaster for many
Yeah.
years.
Okay.
It was a good vineyard, because I know some of the vineyards were kind of wacky, but this pastor was really founded and conservative, and so we always were involved in different things wherever there was a need.
Yes.
And then my wife and I did the young marrieds for a while. We were involved in
Yes.
that, and then we started getting involved in the marriage ministry at this church.
Gotcha.
And then we were there for, I was at that church for 30-something years.
Wow.
And loved it. And
Yeah.
then there was some changes in that church. It was really hard, but we left and we went to another church for a couple years. And so yeah, wherever we went, we were always involved in.
Yeah, gotcha. What's the kingdom of God to you, John?
Well, that's not an easy one answer question, but I think that in my 40-something years of being a Christian, it continues to be revealed. It is truly like the more we press, the deeper we get.
Yeah.
I mean, my relationship with God has been, 5 years ago, I would say I didn't even know what I was talking about. And 5 years
Mhm.
before that, that person would have said, you have no idea. So as time evolves and stuff, and I've pressed deeper into my relationship with God, and I've matured, I could say that God allows us to see things differently as time goes on.
Gotcha.
I see things differently now than I did 5 years ago, and
Yes.
5 years before that.
Yes. Hey, John.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for sharing yourself so far. I have one more question for you. It's probably the most difficult question. So you ready?
Hold on a second. I want to get.
Yeah.
Come on around, sit next to me.
Forget Michael. Hey, John, what's your favorite number?
33.
Why is that?
Because that's the fire station that I worked at most of my
yeah.
career.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And Tony Dorsett. I'm a big Cowboys fan.
Yeah, nice. John, thank you for sharing yourself on this video. I hope it richly blesses whoever hears it and sees it.
Great.
In Jesus' mighty name. Thank you, viewer. Say goodbye, everyone.
Amen.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.